What's going on? Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, YouTube. Happy Thursday, TikTok. My bad. Hold on. Because y'all know I don't do gum in my mouth when I'm talking. Okay. Or I would say going live. Welcome, Lee Nelly. I see you. Happy Thursday. Happy thriving Thursday. That is. Look, we about to talk. We're about to talk about it. We're about to talk about it. Bitcoin prices have dropped. I'm looking at it right now. It's still going. It's 62,330. Oh, 300. Oh, my 207. Okay. So, yeah. The Bitcoin prices are dropping. I want to talk about it. So this is what I'm going to ask y'all to do. Okay. Go right now. If you know that you have been in the cryptocurrency market for a minute and y'all want to have people have conversations with you, go right now and share. If you are curious about cryptocurrency and someone in your circle has talked about Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever it may be, go right now, share, hit the button right now, TikTok, hit the button right now, YouTube, share this out. Now, if you have never ever been on any of my lives before, that's okay. Because guess what you can do? You can hit repost. What this does is it still sends a signal to the TikTok algorithm that we have people that are interested in this live and they want more people to come. Okay. So that's what it does. So that way, when you do it, you know why you're doing it, but why you're pressing the button. Okay. So as you're coming in on TikTok, I'm asking that you go ahead, tap it up, tap it up, tap it up. All right. And then repost and or share. These are the goals that we have every single time. These are the goals. Okay. Listen, I'm feeling good. I'm y'all don't understand. Like I have been waiting. I have been waiting for this. I have been waiting. My people who are like XRP lovers, I know y'all are like, yes, finally, now I can load up. Okay. Y'all probably like, I'm loading up because I remember it was either December, November, December, one of those before the new year. I was asking the XRP Army, the XRP Nation, I said, hey, what's the price point you want to see XRP get to? So that way you can start loading up some more, right? And the majority of them said $1.50. Bitcoin just hit 61K. I'm about to show y'all my charts here in a second. But I'm dancing because I'm like, come on to my price point. Come on down. Hey, come on, bring it on down. I know some people are like, why are you so excited? People are losing money. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. We all know what we're getting into in this cryptocurrency market. While I started buying again in 2023 when price had dropped down or it started to come back up towards $18,000. So I'm gonna be dancing regardless because I just don't see Bitcoin ever going back to 18K. So I'm gonna be up regardless when it comes to holding Bitcoin. Okay. I didn't even buy above 50K when prices went back up. I stopped buying because there's a certain price point that I'm like, it's possible that Bitcoin can go back to this price point. So I'm gonna load up as much as I can in these areas. And then, okay, then and only then will I be like, all right, let's run it. You know what I'm saying? If it comes back down into my areas, I'll buy again. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna go. We're gonna go ahead and do this. I see y'all. Welcome in, welcome in. Hey, look, I don't know. I don't know if y'all are new to my live streams here on TikTok, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. Okay. I shut live streams down when I don't get likes. I promise you. I shut them down. This is free information. I'm about to show y'all where I'm looking for price to go, where I'm buying. I don't have to do that, but I know that is a common complaint that beginners or people who are curious about cryptocurrency, that's a common complaint. Nobody wants to tell when they buying. Leona is telling you, but you got to at least like the live at a bare minimum. Thank you so very much, Electric Manners. I appreciate that. See, that's what I'm talking about. The rest of y'all can do it too. Okay. Now, if the lights stop, I'll stop the live and I'll stay focused on YouTube. Okay. But I'm going to be sharing my screen. I'm going to show y'all the chart so that way you see why I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm going to show y'all the Crypto Fear and Greed Index so that way you know where to go if you're not familiar with it or how to find it or what are you looking for. I'm going to show that to y'all tonight as well. I'm also going to show y'all one of the many contributing factors to the massive price drop today. Okay. I'm going to show y'all where I saw the information so that way you're not just guessing. You're not saying, oh, well, Leona made it up. No, you're going to see it for yourself because I got to make it plain for everybody. Y'all, I will never, ever, and I have not ever claimed to be any crypto guru. The one thing I have told people is I am a student. I study because I invest. So I need to know what the heck I'm investing in, right? And I will hope that y'all are doing the same thing, okay? So as you all are coming in on TikTok, go ahead, tap it up. Tap it up. Electric Manners got y'all started. The rest of y'all can keep it going, okay? And then repost if you're not following yet, but you're curious. Share if you have been here before. Y'all know the drill. These are our goals, okay? Now for y'all on YouTube, I need you to give the thumbs up, okay? And then also subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet and hit that notification bell as well. Let's run it. Bitcoin prices have dropped. Whoop-de-doo. Lev, welcome. I see you. Happy Thursday. Whoop-de freaking do. Okay. A lot of us that have been in this market for a minute, we've been waiting for this because we want to buy more. Okay. Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. My girl did her thing, you know, doing something a little different. And with the color, I appreciate that. All right. So I hope y'all are having a really great day. Okay. Y'all hear what's it, McFadden and Whitehead in the back? Ain't no stopping this now. I can't sing, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna embarrass myself up here. All right, but that's how I feel right now. I'm feeling really good. Okay, look, TikTok. I'm gonna tell y'all one more time because I'm about to shut it down. I'm gonna shut it down. I better get the tapping. Get the tapping. That's free. It's not like I'm asking y'all for anything else. I'm asking for y'all to do the bare minimum, which is the free stuff. Tap it up. I do it all the time. I even went so far as to buy a little tapper. And then I sat here and I repost stuff, even if I'm not following a person, but I like what they're talking about, I'll repost, okay, when they're live. If I'm following them, I automatically repost and I share. That's what I do. Thank you, Lev, so very much. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Okay. So yeah, let's keep it. Yes, you can buy them things. They have them. See, TikTok creates the problem and then offer you the solution. Because I got tired of doing this because that's how I do it. I hold my phone and I just used to tap with my thumbs or whatever. And I ended up seeing the tapper come across my screen. Yeah, I know TikTok shop. It was coming up all the time because I was complaining about having to do this. I'm like, man, they need something else, some other way to like these lives. And they got them available. I don't have a TikTok shop or anything like that, y'all. Yes. And then when I bought it, it was like $12 or something. So that's a Starbucks run for me. So I'm like, it saved my thumbs. True. And make sure, Lev, if you get it, get the one that's wireless. You can charge it up, but you don't have to keep it plugged up when you have it connected to tap. Okay, that's the one I got, and it was $12. So make sure that it's wireless, so that way you could just attach it to your phone or iPad or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then it'll tap, and then you just have to charge it up when the battery starts to die. So let's get into it. Okay. This evening, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin. I told y'all, let me look at it again. Bitcoin is at 60K, dog. Come on to my price point. We got one more thousand. You come down one more thousand. You have hit my price point, and guess what? I'm in there like swimwear. That is my price point. You got time. Liv. I'm telling you. The way this is going tonight, it's gonna hit my price point. If it keep doing what it's doing, it's at 60,400. Oh my bad, 60,588. I'm about to show y'all in a second. Let me get through this introduction, okay? Real quick. Okay. So for my people who are new to crypto, okay, you're curious about cryptocurrency, right? You feel like, oh man, I'm too late. You're not, baby. I'm telling you, price is dropping. This is when millionaires, this is when people load up their portfolios, because I want to be careful what I say. This is when people load up their portfolios when prices are low. Do you hear me? Thank you so very much, Liv, for sharing the live. This is when people load up. So when the next time the market is running hot, it's going up, the prices are going up, you can be sitting back like, yeah, shoot, I bought when it was, $40,000, $50,000, while everybody else is waiting to the last minute because they see, welcome Jessica, thank you so very much for the repost. You're sitting here waiting until prices are running up and no. This is when we buy. TK Party, thank you so very much for the heart me. I appreciate it. Jessica said, I spent enough to buy a car in the last few days. Oh, my bad, not Jessica. TK Party Runner said, I spent enough money to buy a car in the last few days in crypto. I'm telling y'all, where my SRP people at? Because I know y'all are like, oh yeah, I know y'all already done bought. Y'all probably don't have some positions already, like limit orders ready. You know what I'm saying? When it hit $1.50, y'all probably already did that. I already know. TK said, here I am. Hello. Here I go. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Look, for those of you that are sitting here like, Leona, why are you so excited? Why the prices are going down? Because I bought low. So why would I be like, oh my God? No, I bought Bitcoin when it was $18,000. You know what I'm saying? I stopped buying by the time it hit 50K. Because I was like, it's possible for it to come back down to 50K. So that's my cutoff, right? Of when I'm buying. You see what I'm saying? Shan, thank you so very much for the follow. TK said, I wish it would go to 50 cents. Man, listen, the way Bitcoin moving right now, I ain't gonna say it will, but I wouldn't be surprised. I'm waiting, boy. If Bitcoin hit 59, we get that tonight, I'm gonna be like, I'm already like that anyway. It's possible. It's at 60,331. So yes, I am. Well, I won't say I'm self-taught. I paid to learn about cryptocurrency. Okay. So that's the reason why I'm sharing my stuff for free with y'all today. So I'm buying this dip and celebrate. Come on. Do you hear the music in the background? I'm sitting here like, yo, I got the 70s, 80s mix going on right now. Back then, people used to have fun. It wasn't all this, dry R&B, you know what I'm saying, all the cussing, and you know what I'm saying, you ain't having no fun with the music. We got the 70s, 80s where everybody was feeling good. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it was celebration. I wasn't born in the 70s. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? SK, welcome. I have not traded Bitcoin in some months. So I'm keep it real, okay? I do trade, but I haven't traded in some months because there's been an issue with me finding the right type of brokers. So please, y'all don't come in here recommending certain brokers, because I've had people recommend brokers to me and they were trash. So let me just continue to do what I'm doing with the research, okay? Unless you know that there is a real legit one and it's regulated here in the United States. Outside of that, I don't want to hear nothing about any unregulated broker for me to trade Bitcoin. Only regulated in the United States. If you talk about something that's some offshore and it's out of some island or whatever, I don't want to hear it, because I don't use a whole bunch of them and I'm out. They shady and they do dirt. You know what I'm saying? Enter me in the trades to take my money when I'm already winning and I'm up massively. So I'm done. U.S. regulated only. You said Blowfin, that's U.S. regulated, TK Party Rentals? Let me know if that's U.S. regulated. If it's U.S. regulated, I'll write it down. If it's not U.S. regulated, I'm not doing it. Okay. So I'm gonna check that one out. because I've been looking for a new broker to go to, and it's just been freaking hard. All right, cool. I wrote it down. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. I'll check that out for real. I just wrote it down. See, I wrote it down. Okay. So let's get into it. Cap said Calvin here turned me on to it. Okay, cool, cool. I've been following him on here. I forgot who told me about him first. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So I'm gonna do my best, y'all, to keep this simple, real simple tonight, because I know there are people who are new to the cryptocurrency market, who are curious and very cautious because y'all see how the price is dropping today. This is how this market moves. I tell people a lot of time, like, just in my experience, if you can handle the swings, the price drops, the fluctuation of this cryptocurrency market, I'm telling you now, you can handle any other market. At least that's just my experience. Oh, thank you so very much, Lev, for the repost. I appreciate you. But that's just my experience. If you can handle the swings of this market or cryptocurrency market, any other market, the way they move, you're going to be like, that's easy. That's too easy, right? All right, so for my people who don't know me, and this is your first time tuning into one of my lives, my name is Leona Clark. I reside in the state of Louisiana. I am not from here. I am a new resident to the state of Louisiana. I'm originally from Tennessee. I am a wife. I'm a mother. I am an Army veteran. 20 years. I have retired from the Army. I did 20 years. I retired in 2021. Okay, so this year, I said 4 last time. Y'all, it's about to be 5 years since I retired. And I started trading and investing in the cryptocurrency market while I was active duty. Okay, so that just lets y'all know how long I've been doing it, because I retired in 2021. All right, I started trading, or calling myself, let me say this clearly, I call myself trying to trade, but I didn't get the right type of guidance on how to go about trading. So I pushed pause on it when it came to trading cryptocurrency. And then I got reintroduced to cryptocurrency in 2020. That's when I learned about investing. And I got a really great, solid foundation from my guy. I will always shout him out. But his name is Kurt Cobain. And when I say, like, that man opened my eyes to so much stuff, this is why for Lev, when she asked, or whoever was asked, was I self-taught? I paid to learn in the beginning. And then after being there for a year and a half, 2 years, something like that, that's when I branched off and I just been on my own, listening to different people, doing a lot of reading, Googling, all kind of stuff, okay? There are people that I do love to follow and listen to as it pertains to cryptocurrency as an investor. LaKendrick, thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate that. There are a few people. I don't trust a whole lot of people because, there are people that say things and talk about crypto and, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of fluff and these predictions and stuff. I don't do predictions, y'all, okay? There's something that I have learned as a trader first, okay? And there's a book called Trading in the Zone. If there's any traders in here, I'm pretty sure y'all heard about this book, okay? It's called Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. And in this book, he talks about us thinking in probabilities. That has stuck with me all these years, okay? Actually, I've been trading for 7 years. So pretty much for 7 years, that has stuck with me. Thinking probabilities. There's nothing that's guaranteed. Prices can go into that area, but it may not necessarily stay there, right? It may not hit exactly where you want it to hit. So that's why I said this. This is why when I show stuff, y'all, I say this is the area, right? Because of what historical data shows me. So when I show y'all my charts here in a minute, y'all are going to see what I mean, okay? So we're going to look at the charts together, okay? I'm going to talk about what's happening. I would love y'all feedback, especially for my experienced crypto investors. This will be a really good time to help properly educate people who are new or curious about the cryptocurrency market. I got to give y'all a heads up, though. I ask that for my experienced crypto investors, y'all, please keep it beginner friendly. Don't throw out a whole bunch of terms and jargon that they don't understand. if you're going to say something, break it down to them where they will get it. Give them a real world scenario that any person can get. Okay. Don't just throw out, oh, yeah, this, that. No, we're going to talk about these things. We're going to use words and terminology or terms that people can get that are not already in this market. Okay. That's why the Crypto 101 for me is very important, because I was once a beginner. And I don't like when people sit here and talk to try to sound smart. You know what I'm saying? You got to be the person that use all the big words, and you got to sound super smart, like you know everything. None of us know everything about this market because it's still fairly new. Okay? So with that being said, hold on, y'all, because I think, can y'all hear me just fine on TikTok? I forgot to cut the Wi-Fi on. Log now scene. Welcome. Give me a thumbs up emoji in the chat if y'all can hear me just fine, because I forgot to cut the Wi-Fi on. I normally do it before I go live on here, but I forgot to do it. Okay. I do have to do a disclaimer, y'all. I am not a financial advisor yet. Okay. So everything that I share tonight, this is just from Leona's perspective. This is from Leona's experience. This is from Leona's research. You are strongly encouraged to do your own research. Also, make sure that you communicate with a licensed financial professional, okay, before you decide to put money into this market. Can y'all hear me on TikTok? If y'all can't, give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. If not, I'm going to have to pause it for a second so that way I can connect the Wi-Fi. If I don't see anything, then I'm going to be pausing this for a second. I'm sorry, y'all on YouTube, okay? So we're also going to talk about how people usually feel during moments like this, because I know there are some people who are like, oh my gosh, why are you celebrating? Why are you over here playing, you know what I'm saying, all this happy music or whatever, and the market is going down, okay? Well, there's a reason why I'm doing that, because all is well on this end, you know? I'm excited. It's just that simple. I'm excited because I've been waiting on this. Okay, let's see. Let's see if it came back. Did it come up? I'm sorry, y'all. Why is the Wi-Fi not connecting? There you go. Okay. Okay. So y'all should be able to hear me. Okay. Wait. Why is it not coming up? Oh. I don't get it. Okay, there you go. There we go. Okay, sorry, y'all on YouTube. I apologize. Okay, so we should be good on TikTok. Let me know. Thumbs up emoji in the chat if y'all can hear me just fine now. If y'all can see me just fine. If it's a delay, let me know. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I had to get the Wi-Fi on. All right, so let's go. Let's run it. So quick question for everybody in the chat. Okay, cool. Thank you, Lev. I appreciate you. I hope I'm saying that right. Quick question in the chat for everybody. Cool. JR said we good. All right, thank you. Thank you. Quick question in the chat. For my people who are, as a matter of fact, let me do this because I got to get my numbers. If you have never ever put a dime into the cryptocurrency market, but you're curious about it, you want to, get into the market, put the number 1 in the chat. Real quick, put the number 1 in the chat. If you have never ever put a dime into the market, you're curious about it, but you haven't put a penny into the market yet, give me the number 1 in the chat. Okay, that's for y'all on YouTube too. Put the number 2 in the chat if you have put some money in the market, but you have no clue what you're doing. Like you just put like $100 or something. You know what I'm saying? It's no real money like that, for you, right? You just put a little something in there, okay, just to kind of see, but you have no clue what you're doing. Put the number 2 in the chat. 2 in the chat. Okay, so Lev got me the number 2, okay? 2 in the chat. If you have put money into the market, but you have no clue what you're doing. Put the number 3 in the chat. If you've put money in the market, you've been in the market for at least a year, but you're like, I still consider myself to be a beginner. So I got a lot to learn. Put the number 3 in the chat if that applies to you. You put money into the market, you've been in it for, close to a year, okay, or a year or less, all right, and you're still figuring things out. You know what I'm saying? You kind of got an idea what you're doing, but you don't really know like that. 3, okay? 3. Okay, so let's change. Okay, I got you. 3. Okay, put the number 4 in the chat if you have been in the cryptocurrency market for, like, let's say close to 5 years or greater. Put the number 4 in the chat. You know what you're doing. You're still a student, right? You're always a student, but you're like, nah, Leon, I know what I'm doing. I got this, right? You're excited like Leona is. Put the number 4 in the chat if that applies to you. Okay. TK Parterers, thank you so very much for sharing. I already knew when you told me you was buying and everything already. I already knew you was number 4. Okay, cool. So for my people who gave the 1, 2, and 3, this conversation is more so going to be for you. TK Party Rentals is probably going to be able to help me with explaining things, so that way, especially when I start sharing my screen, this TK Party Runner should be able to. I'm just gonna say TK because that's long for me. I'm country. I don't like saying a whole lot of stuff. So if I can cut some letters off or abbreviate stuff, maybe that's the Army. I don't know, but I don't like doing all that. Brown Sugar, what's going on? Welcome. Happy Thursday. Okay, so I'm just gonna be saying TK. Okay. So yeah, TK or anyone else that hops on that gives the number 4. You've been in the cryptocurrency market for, okay, gotcha. Because I'm like, that's long for me, dog. I can't do it. For anyone else that jumps on that gives the number 4, you've been in the market for 5 years or more, you know what you're doing or whatever. As I'm sharing things, keep in mind there are beginners on here. Okay, so please explain things in a manner that a beginner can understand. Cool. All right. So again, today I have a question for y'all, or tonight I have a question for y'all. Is this your first time being a part of a crypto bear market? If this is your first time being part of a crypto bear market, give me the thumbs up emoji. Thumbs up emoji if this is your first time being part of a crypto bear market, meaning the price is just dropping. Price is constantly dropping. If this is your first time experiencing a crypto bear market, give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. Okay. JR, yep. Okay. I got you. So this is for y'all. Okay. This is for y'all because I want to make sure that you all have an understanding of what's going on and you don't panic. So the average person, if you're not prepared, like I wasn't, there's going to be a period of like, what the, I don't cuss. So WTF, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on, right? You're going to have that moment. However, if you are prepared enough, like you're walked through the cycle, you're starting to understand it more, that panic and that confusion and all of that is gonna start to subside, and now you're gonna be dancing like me and TK. Okay, and you're like, I'm ready to buy, right? Or I'm already buying, whatever. Okay, you're gonna be excited because this is the time, the type of market where people buy, and then when the markets are running up in price, you're sitting back like, shoot, I already did my buying, so now I'm just letting my money multiply for me. Okay. So today, for the people who didn't know, Bitcoin has dropped down below $62,000. While we were live, it hit 60K ish. Okay. So it got close to 59, but it didn't do it. Okay. I'm not tripping, but it did get close. All right. That has gotten a lot of people attention. Like when I got on social media briefly earlier today, specifically like Instagram, when I got on Instagram, boy, I saw so many videos about Bitcoin dropping below 70K and stuff. And I'm like, I want to bet, y'all. This wasn't like a money bet. This was a friendly bet, but I want to bet today. I wish he was on here so he could tell y'all. But me and my husband, both of us are in cryptocurrency. He's part of the XRP Army for all of y'all. XRP Army, XRP Nation, whichever one you want to, whichever one you call yourself. But we were out eating, and I had looked at the chart. I was like, oh, yo, Bitcoin hit 69. I was like, come on down, come to my area. Like I got excited, right? And he was like, I don't see it going below 69K. I was like, I'm telling you, it's gonna go. And he was like, well, you want to make a bet? And I'm like, sure do, because I'm gonna win this bet. Y'all, it wasn't even an hour later, and Bitcoin hit 67K. I said, well, guess what, sir? I won. It was a friendly bet. It wasn't any money involved or nothing like that. But it's just the point. We can have these type of conversations and not be spazzing out. You know what I'm saying? Not freaking out. So if you've been studying Bitcoin for any amount of time, you probably not, but probably notice a pattern forming. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all what I noticed. Okay. And then we're going to get back to talking about kind of like some bear market basics for my people who say you don't understand the smile on my face with crypto so far down. Come on, Petra. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. I'm telling you, y'all don't hear this music over here. I got roll bounce playing. You know, I was playing celebration earlier. Like, I'm feeling good because this is when you make the money. You buy it low, wholesale, discounted prices. You know what I'm saying? And then when the market runs up, we already know Bitcoin has a history of creating new highs after its bear market. That's data. Each cycle, Bitcoin has created a new all-time high. Think about it. 2021 and going into 2022, Bitcoin had went up to almost $69,000. Price dropped down in 2022 down to 15K-ish. 2023 is when it started to pull back up. That's when I got back in. 18K, right? So from 2023 to October 2025, Bitcoin went from that 15, 16K mark to $126,000. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? So that's why I'm celebrating, because I'm like, man, I'm about to buy some more at a lower price. And then the next bear market, Bitcoin is definitely going to surpass that 126K. Now that 250 that people have been claiming for the past 5-6 years, you know what I'm saying? Definitely for the past, I say for the past 4 years, I've been hearing 250K, 250K. I've been hearing that for the past 4 years, right? At a bare minimum. So we can see that delightful welcome. We can see that during the next bull market. But look, think about it. You get in while prices are low. Bitcoin hits 59K or lower. Think about the gains your portfolio is going to have when you buy 50K, 55K, even 60,000, and it bounces up in the next bull market to 200,000, 250,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Petra said, are we expecting for it to still dip? I am not too much further, but I am. Now, I will say this. I'm not going to say that it can't do it. Okay? I'm not saying that it can't do it. But what I am saying is anything is possible. Okay? Anything is possible. I'm going to show y'all some price points. So let me go ahead and pull this up so that way y'all can see it. And then we're going to talk about some bear market, basics, like I said. So that way for my people who are new to the cryptocurrency market, you're not sitting here like spazzing out, okay? You're mentally prepared for this market. It's going to take some time, of course, to get used to how the market moves. But trust me, when you are able to get through this particular bear market, okay, you're going to be like, okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Okay? Truth be told. All right, so let's run it. Let's go. Hold up, my bad, y'all. I'm on the wrong one. Let me refresh this because it didn't do it. I'm on the wrong one. Let me go to the right one. So that way, because there's too many lines for y'all. All right, I want y'all to be like, what are all these lines, Leona? I have multiple charts. Okay. TK say waiting on that boy Jerome to get on. Hey, listen, I ain't tripping. Because you never know what you're gonna get. So I wouldn't be in such a rush to be like I'm just saying. I personally wouldn't be in too much of a rush because you don't know what you're about to get. Said I'm not too excited for BTC, just the altcoins. Listen, Petra, I'm pretty sure, if you XRP Army, XRP Nation, some of y'all was on here on my live a few months ago saying, when I asked what's the price point y'all waiting on XRP to get to, y'all was saying 150, $1.50. It's well below $1.50. Okay. So let's run this. Okay. Let me see if I can get this out of the way. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're on Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Okay, so I want y'all to see this. This is the week chart. Okay. See, it says W. That's the week. Okay. That's the week. All right. So each candle, for my people who are new to cryptocurrency, you have, I don't know what this chart stuff is. I got you. Just give me a second. Okay. So each one of these candles represent 1 week of price movement. Green means price was going up. Red means price was going down. Okay. So for my people who do not know anything about charts, I'm helping you out real quick. Green means price was going up. Red means price was going down. Okay. And it closed lower than when it opened. All right. So as you can see, I have my stuff labeled here. All right, Petra. Thank you so very much for joining. I appreciate you. All right. Have a good night. So as you can see, I have my vertical of my horizontal lines labeled. So this is a reminder for me because I have a lot of charts marked up and things and a lot of stuff going on. I'm not going to remember everything. So there are certain things that I personally want to remember. So this is where the all-time high, meaning this is the highest price that Bitcoin went up to. Hopefully y'all can see this. Okay. October, this is the highest price that Bitcoin went to according to Bitstamp. There are multiple brokers out there, y'all. So some of them may have a little bit of a different price. It's okay. They're all typically within the same area. Okay. They're pretty close. All right. I had already had January high mark because I wanted to see if price. Oh, that's not it. I thought I had it in the right spot. That's not right. There we go. I need to lock that because I don't want that moving. Okay, there we go. So yeah, so I had January high mark because I wanted to see. Thank you, Miss Martina. I appreciate the heart me. Welcome. Happy Thursday. I wanted to see how high Bitcoin was going to go, or if we were indeed in a bear market. Okay, since we did not go higher than this is a term I want my beginners to write down. This created what we know as a lower high. What does a lower high mean, Leona? I don't understand this stuff. I got you. Okay. And if you need me to repeat it, I will. So a lower high means that price went high, but it did not go higher than the previous high. This is the previous high. So this is how high Bitcoin went in price. Price came down right here. It came up a little bit. Did not surpass this one. So guess what? Lower high. Price came down some more. Now this low is lower than this one. Does that make sense so far? So that means this is now a lower low. Okay? Price came back up again, but it did not surpass what? This high. So that means this is now a lower high. Does that make sense to everybody? Give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat if that makes sense. Thumbs up emoji in the chat if that makes sense. So we have high here. This is the high for Bitcoin. Price came down. Remember, red candles mean price is going down. Green candles mean price goes up. So price attempted to go up. It came up a bit, but it did not surpass up here. So we have a lower high. Price came down more. Red candles mean price is coming down. Now it's a lower low because this low is lower than this one. Did I lose anybody? If I lost you, let me know. If you're good, let me know. Type good in the chat. If you're good. Okay? If you're lost, type lost in the chat. Then from this lower low, price came back up again. See green candles and red candles, right? Price came back up again. It created a high, January 26th, right? 2026, last month. It came high, but it did not go higher than this. That's why this is called a lower high. Now we are creating another lower low because this price is lower than this one. This was 80K. Y'all see that? And right now we're at what? 62,705. 62,000. See what I'm saying? So is 62,000 lower than 80,000? Let me know in the chat. Is 62,000 lower than 80,000? Let me know in the chat. Real quick. Is 62,000 lower than 80,000? Let me know in the chat. You can just type yes or give me the thumbs up emoji. Is 62,000 lower than 80,000? Because this should help you to understand lower lows, and then I'm going to do lower highs again. Are y'all there? Can y'all hear me? Is there a lag? Let me know. Okay, Miss Martine, cool. Liv, okay, I got you. Cool. So with what I see on here, right? There are some things that I look for to give me an idea of where Bitcoin price has the potential to go. It is not a guarantee, y'all. Okay? But there are areas where price has the potential to go. I'm not going to overcomplicate stuff because I know some people use terminology and everything, and I have had a tendency to use terminology or whatever, so I'm not going to do it. But for me, I figured that price had the potential to go below 70K, okay? Below this 80K mark, when I saw this chart. So there's something called, for my beginners, write down, welcome Money Man Juice. Happy Thursday. So there's something called an imbalance. 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 Okay. Some people may use different terms, whatever. Okay. But totally up to you. All right. I'm going to show y'all something real quick. I understand this isn't about charts, per se, like, teaching folks, but that's just how my brain works. Okay. So there's an imbalance, meaning price was moving normal, and then there's a large movement that happens in one candle. Okay. So remember, each one of these candles represents 1 week of price movement. So y'all see how this candle right here, where this is at. Everyone see this? Yeehaw, Moto. Welcome. Happy Friday. I said Friday. Happy Thursday. Thank you so very much for the follow. I'm rushing it, y'all. Okay. So this is regular price movement. And then you see how it just shoots up. That's a large candle. Thank you so very much for the share and the like. I appreciate it. Okay. And then we have another one too. So how I have learned to identify imbalances is wherever price started, okay, or moved up to that first candle before this large movement here, this is going to be part of our box. And then wherever the third candle, the one following that large price movement, oops, dang it. I got to close that because I don't want to try to fix it. Okay. Wherever the third candle, because it's 1, 2, 3, okay? Wherever the third candle opens at, okay, or however price moved down to whatever it was, That's where we're going to close it out. So let me just show y'all. Let me make this a bit wider. Real quick. Okay. Because this is how I was able to figure that price has the potential to go lower than 80K initially. Y'all see that? So this is regular price movement, large push to the upside, big body candle, okay? And then the candle following it. So this is the start of the imbalance. This is the end of the imbalance. Got it? So what this told me is price has a potential to go lower than 80K. Okay? I forgot why I put it at 80K. I think I was looking to see if price comes down below that. But anyway, so I knew immediately, okay, there's a possibility price is going to go below this 80K because there's a large imbalance. Typically, imbalances have to be filled. Now, it is not a guarantee that it's going to fill immediately because this was, y'all see this? November of 2024. So it took 2 years almost, y'all. It took well over a year for this imbalance to be filled. Okay? Because this got close in 25, but it didn't do it. It did not do it until January 26th, that week. That's when this imbalance was filled. I'm going to bring it over so y'all see it. See? This candle represents 1 week, right? So price no, actually, this one didn't fill it either. Nope. So it was this week. So it was the one this week that filled it, right? Okay. Everybody got that so far. Give me a thumbs up emoji chat in the thumbs up emoji in the chat if y'all got that. Because I'm attempting, if it's not making sense, I'm attempting to help y'all to see how I came up with price is going to go lower than 80K. And then I'm about to show y'all why I said there's a potential for price to go lower than 63,000 because I have 58K here, not 59, my bad, 58K here. So this is my alt account for fun, but I'm learning some. Okay, that's awesome. I love that. That's awesome. I love to hear it. Okay, so imbalance has been filled this week. Okay, because we're in this week. This candle represents this week. This is the current candle. Because again, for my people who don't know, the W stands for 1 week. So that's the chart I'm on right now. Okay. So the next thing I did, I wanted to see how far, if price was to go down 50%, okay, from the all-time high, where would it be at? All I did on TradingView, which is a free account, okay? Thank you, Miss Martine. Good, good. I love to see it, okay? I hit this little thing. Y'all, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I'm just showing you what I do, okay? I went to the high, pressed it, pushed down, and I wanted to see where is 50%. Because if price comes down 50%, you know what I'm saying? I tried to get it right on it, but you know, it's not exact, okay? Yeah. Get down there. See what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to get it right at it. Yeah. Somewhere like that. Money Man, what's going on? Thank you so very much for the follow. All right. I was trying to get it. But anyway, there we go. So at 60, okay. 50% was 63,000. My bad. Jesus. Which one was it? Okay, 62, my bad. Because I'm like, which red box is it? Price moves, so now I'm good. So 62K, almost 63,000 was 50%, a little, over. Okay. So that told me if price pushes down lower than 50%, then we could see us going down much lower. Okay. So I want to see where price is at 50%. So that's the reason why I made this line red, because that's I'm not gonna say a red flag, but that's to have my antennas up, like you need to pay attention. It go lower than here, Let's see where it's going to go. So next, what I did was I wanted to identify where price had the potential to go based off of something called support. Okay, based off something called support. For my people who are beginners, I told you I'm not going to leave y'all out. Support simply means if you have a basketball, a tennis ball, anything that bounces, right? If you bounce a basketball on the floor, right? And you hold it in your hand and you bounce it down to the floor, what is it going to do? What does the basketball do? I see the emoji. I see, right, it's going to bounce back up. So what I'm looking for is for an area where price does that. Got it? That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for an area where price does that. So I want y'all to just look at this. This is where price was before. I'm going to go to the chart in a second, the time frame I was looking at. But you see how price was up here? It came down. It touched. Went through that 80K line that I have. It went through it, came back up. It didn't close below. Came down again, touched it, closed there. See this candle, it closed there, it stopped. Then it opened here, came through, but it closed above it. So what's that telling me? It's starting to do what? Bounce back up, right? Then it came back down again and did what? Bounce back up. Make sense? So this 80K area is a area of support on the week. Does that make sense to everybody? Thumbs up emoji in the chat if that makes sense. And then look what it did. Again, November. Okay, good, good. Back in November of 2025, what did it do? It bounced, hit that 80K, and it went back up. Okay? It bounced, it touched it, went back up, attempted to create a new high, but it couldn't keep going, came back down. Now, it broke support. So when you hear someone say it broke support, that means price just kept going down. Okay? So I'm going to show y'all again. Back here, it touched, oops, my bad. It touched one time, touched two times, three times, four times. That's four. Then it broke through it, but it bounced right on up out of there. So 2 or more times, the more times it touches the same area, y'all, the stronger the support. Okay? So again, it has to bounce down and then come back up. Okay? So it's got to come down and come back up. That's support. Everybody got support. If y'all got support so far, if it's making sense, you don't have to have it 100%, but if it's making sense, okay, I have an understanding now a little bit about support. It's a basketball. Bounce down and come back up. Okay? Give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. Yeehaw said yes. Okay, cool. All right. I don't do indicators, Crypto Cliff, but thank you though. Okay? Yeehaw said I'm a newbie. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay? The only indicator I use is the field. And sometimes I'll use like the RSI, the stochastic RSI, the RSI stochastic RSI. God, dog, get it back, get it right. Okay? All right, cool. So now I'm going to take y'all to the month because remember what I said? I have it right here. These are notes for me. Okay, thank you, Yeehaw. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Okay, so there's a note I have here. Remember, I put notes in my stuff to remind me so that way I'm not attempting to remember. Okay, so I put a note here, support area from 2024 on the monthly time frame. Okay, this is my big buy area. All right, Leonas. I'm showing y'all this so that way you can do your own research. Okay, say thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome, Yeehaw. Okay. So this is at 58K. I'm going to show y'all how I found it. Okay. So we just went over support because I want to make sure y'all understand what support is before I go on to the monthly time frame. All right. So I'm going to go back up here again. TradingView is free. You can choose to pay for it if you are experienced and there's some things you want to use or have access to, but you do not have to pay for TradingView. Okay, and this is the website. You see it? Trading View. Totally free. Okay. All right. So on this one, on this one, says support will tell us where to buy if it reaches or passes because it'll go up. There is a high probability. The stronger the support, the more likely price is going to bounce up, and that's where you can consider buying. That's not a guarantee, but the probability increases if the support is strong enough. And that's why I'm going to show y'all this. Okay, so that's what's up. You're learning. Go ahead, y'all. I see you. Let's go. That's right. I use the word probability because there's nothing guaranteed. Somebody can, do a massive dump and then price continues to go much further than where we're looking. Okay. Thank you for the share too. I appreciate it. All right. So for my people, I just showed you, I just changed it to the month time frame. Okay. 1 month. So that means every candle on here represents 1 month of price movement. Again, for my people who just joined, green means buy, red means sell. Green means price is going up, red means price is going down. Okay? Green means go, red means stop. However you gonna remember it. Okay? But no, for real, green means price is going up. These are buy candles. Red means price is going down, and we'll say sell candles. Green, go buy. That's right. Come on, y'all. Red, stop. Yes. Okay. So I want to show y'all. So again, each one of these candles, because of the time frame I'm on, each one represents 1 month of price movement. Okay. So the reason why I have this green horizontal line that says support area from 2024, okay, my buying area, this is Leona's buying area, all right, is because look to your left, okay? So remember, I just showed y'all on the week time frame, when price continues to go to a certain area over and over again, it's stronger support. 2 or more times of price touching that area means that it's stronger. It's getting stronger. Okay. Cool. Joe Blow, I'm showing y'all that right now. Okay. Oh, you talking about where's the floor? I'm not God. I can't tell you where the floor is at. Okay. I can't do that. All I can do is show you what the chart is showing me. Okay. And that's what I go off of. All right. So look to your left. So you see all of this. This is the high again. Price has come down here. So, man, I'm thinking to myself, well, where does price have the potential to go next? Right? That's where my brain went. When it passed 80K and it filled this imbalance for my people who were here, okay? When it filled this imbalance that I identified on the week time frame, I said, man, price about to go. So how far down can it go? So I said, let me go and look for an area of support on a higher time frame. So that's what I did. So look here. To our left, we have price came down here. See it? That's 1 touch. Price came down here again. That's how many? 2. Price came down here again. It pierced through it, but guess what? It closed above. This is the close. It closed above. It didn't close below. So that's 3. Price came down again, touched it. It did not close below. It closed above right here. So that's 4. Price came down again, pierced it, but guess what? It closed above right here. That's 5. Are y'all counting with me? Price came down here again, pierced it, closed above. That's 6. Price came down here again, pierced it, closed above. That's 7. Price came down here again, a little bit of pierce in that area, and it touched and closed above. That's 8. That's 8 touches, y'all. That's 8 times price could not go lower than 58K. Does that make sense to everybody? Thank you, Miss Martine, for the rose. I appreciate you. Does that make sense? So Leona didn't just say, oh, it could potentially come to 58K just because I look at the chart. Okay? I look at the chart. Thank you so very much, Miss Martine, for the Go Pops. Right? I look at the chart. Exactly. The support set is there. 8 times. It touched it 8 times, y'all. So if it touched something more than 2 times and it doesn't close below it, but it closes above, guess what? That's support because price is not going further. It bounced what? Back up. That's support, y'all. Yeehaw getting it. Yeehaw is getting it. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. I love it. I love when stuff makes sense to people. That's what's up. Okay. Thank you so very much for the like and live. All right. So Leona didn't just say, oh, 58K just because. No, I looked at the chart to tell me where does it have the potential. The probability of it coming down to 58K is now higher because it's touched this area 8 times. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 8 times. And it just kept bouncing back up. Now, for a person that's like, well, can it go lower? Anything is possible. But this is something that I had to take into account because last year, early 2025, I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? If this was the all-time high, I think it was back in here. Yeah, when it was like, it was 90K, 100K, or whatever, I was like, yeah, I was saying, Chevelle with me. I was like, yeah, 30K, right? But that's if, at that time, if this was the all-time high, right? And only if it stuck to the patterns that it has been doing for the past 3 cycles, right? So the average of the past 3 cycles was Bitcoin could go down 70% from its all-time high. Well, guess what? Y'all know we got a whole lot of big money in crypto now. You have financial institutions, you got private equity firms, you have governments, you got the president, you got all these people putting their money into this one asset. Do you really think that they're going to allow price to go down 70%? This is just an opinion, y'all. Do you honestly think that they're going to allow price to go down 70%? Yes or no? None of us are going to be right or wrong because at the end of the day, we don't know what the people with the big money is going to do. Okay? Unless you're in those circles. Say, all over, I'll say, no, what exactly? So Leona had to say, so it should be the potential is that Bitcoin will bounce and go back up. Okay? So the reason why I had to change my stance on that 30K is because there's so much big money involved in Bitcoin. Okay? Exactly. He said that'll be a market crash. Right? So if Bitcoin did go down to 30K, how many people with the big money were buying at 30K or lower? They've been buying when Bitcoin was at $70,000, $80,000, $90,000. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about one Bitcoin here, no, they're buying thousands, tens of thousands of Bitcoins, meaning millions of dollars at a time, billions of dollars at a time at higher prices. So there's no way they're going to be like, oh yeah, let's push the market all the way down so that way it sticks to the cycle that it's been and it goes down 70K, 75K, 80K. I highly doubt that. Now, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Now, here's what I want to show y'all. Okay? I was looking. Let me make this a little slimmer. Y'all see, this is called, I thought I had it right on it, but clearly I didn't. Okay. So there's a doji candle here. And then y'all remember I was talking about imbalances and stuff? Y'all remember when I was talking about imbalances? I said they were firing their financial advisors. Absolutely. They'll be like, you out of here, dog. What are you talking about? You told me to buy this guy doggone Bitcoin. Absolutely not. Mighty one, thank you so very much for the follow. Okay, so this is called a doji candle. All right, so there was indecision in the market, meaning they couldn't really decide who is going to take over during that month. So it was a battle between the people buying and the battle between the people selling. Okay, that's why the body of this candle is so small. Okay, so my logic is this was back in 2024, January 2024, this month, right? So the month of January 2024, there was a battle between the buyers and sellers. Could this potentially be an area where the market says, you know what, we've blown through this support from 2024, we've blown through that. Now, could we go down here? Is that possible? Anything is possible, right? But this is the area where I have my eye on it. Because if it just blows through the support from 2024 that I have identified, that I showed y'all, my people who just joined, support means price bounce down, price comes down and it bounces back up. Comes down, bounce back up. Comes down, bounce back up. Okay? More than 2 touches means support is much stronger. So the likelihood of price coming down to the area of support is higher. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to show y'all again. Price came down here in that 58K area. One time, came down. Second time, came down. Third time, did not close below. It closed above it. Fourth time, came down, closed above it. Fifth time, came down, closed above it. Sixth time, came down, closed right on it. Seventh time, came down, closed above it. Okay? Eighth time, came down, touched it, closed above it. Okay? Said Bitcoin was founded in a red year, it'll crash in horse year, February 17th. I don't know anything about that. I don't know about the year of anything. That's not what I do. Okay? But with that being said, all I can do is go off of the data. Okay? So data tells me Bitcoin has the potential to, at a bare minimum, come, okay, to 58K. It goes lower than that, y'all. We could definitely see. Did it hit it? Let me see something. Hold on. Y'all remember when I was showing y'all imbalances? This is an imbalance. See this big old candle? This small body? I'm going to go here. I'm going to see if this one filled it. It looked like it did. Let me see. Yep. I am data driven, y'all. Something that I was telling people, and I strongly suggest y'all focus on collecting data. Don't focus on did I win, did I lose? Focus on collecting the data. That's it, that's all. Okay? Let the data tell you what to do. Okay? Not your emotions, not what you feel, not what you think. Let the data tell you what to do. It did not fill it. Can y'all see that? Let me move this out the way. Can y'all see that? It got close. Y'all see how close it got? I'll make this bigger. Y'all see how close it got? It almost did it, and it did not. So what that tells me, yes, super tight. So what that tells me, I'm going to put a line here, y'all, so that way I know what price point. I'm doing this live. So if it's wrong, y'all, it's wrong. I told you I'm not God. I don't do predictions. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't claim to be some master investor. I'm a student, just like everybody else. Okay? The only difference is I've probably been involved in this market a bit longer than some of y'all. Okay? That's the difference. And I study a bit more than some people. That's the difference. All right? But I don't have no crystal ball. So y'all see this is the bottom of that imbalance, right? What price point do you see there? 48. 48. So almost 49,000. So if Bitcoin blows through this support, remember, support means that price should bounce down. Come down and then bounce back up. We got close today. Yes, the support will show us what will happen. Absolutely. Absolutely. So if this candle or any candle comes down here but does not close below, y'all, we're not going to feel this imbalance right then. Okay? And we may not ever feel it. You never know. Okay? However, if price closes below here, that 58K, y'all get ready. That's all I'm gonna say. Get ready. Okay. So did that make sense to everybody? If it did, give me the thumbs up emoji in the chat. Hey, thank you. I see you. Yeehaw. Say that's gangster. Freddie said, keep it coming. All right. I love it. I love it. All right. So that's it, y'all. I'm not sitting here attempting to be anything but a student. I'm showing y'all how I came up with these areas. Again, y'all, nothing is guaranteed. All right. Nothing is guaranteed. Cool. All right. So let me turn this back around and we're going to get back to it. We're going to have a conversation. Okay. So let's talk about, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Keep tapping to let people know that you are loving this live stream. If you're learning something, especially if you're learning something, keep tapping the screen, letting the people know that you're learning something. Mambo Land said, red means buy for me. That's right. That's what it means to me too. You and me both. All right. Jazz, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for liking the live. Orlando asks, Orlando asks, is it possible that BTC can go as low as 7K? I mean, anything is possible, but I personally do not believe that that's possible. The probability, let me rephrase that. Because Mark Douglas said we need to think in probabilities, right? So the probability of Bitcoin going to 7K is very, 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 very low. Okay? Very, 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 very low. Even my 30K that I said early, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me on TikTok? Give me the thumbs up emoji if y'all can hear me. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. Cool. I got to put it on the charts. Give me a second, y'all. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second. My phone's got to die. Let's see if I can reach this. Trying to get it. Hold up. Hold up. I need it to stay. There we go. Stay. Dang it. Okay. I'm coming. Ugh. I gotta fix it. Hold up, y'all. Let me resituate myself. Because the charger is right here. Trying to fix it. There we go. Okay. Hopefully y'all can see me. I'm sorry. Say too early. I'm learning. All right, cool. So like I was sharing with, I forgot who it was that said it, but the probability of Bitcoin going to 7K is extremely low and highly unlikely. But let me tell you something. I would never say never on anything. Okay, that's awesome. Got his wife with him. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, so let's run it. So what I do want to talk about is a couple of things to help beginners to make sure that you're not panicking because the market is pushing down. And this applies, y'all. Thinking like this will help you in the stock market. Thinking like this will help you. For my people who invest in precious metals like I do, trade precious metals like I do, you're looking for opportunity, pretty much. That's what we do. We're looking for opportunities to buy, make more money, right? As a trader, though, you can, make money whether the price is going up or down. But as an investor, We're looking for opportunities to buy more, so that way we good to go. When the market is running up, we like, nah, we good. Okay. Let me cut this down a little bit because I feel like I'm yelling now. I feel like I'm yelling. That song came on kind of loud. There we go. Cool. Said Orlando said, will it be a while after clarity passes for the prices of out to pump? Hey, Mr. Joe, what's going on? Happy Thursday. Yeah, yeah. I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm good. All right, cool. As far as the Clarity Act goes, yeah, I'm not one of those people. You know, I know there are a whole lot of folks on here that say, yeah, when this happened, this is what's going to happen. None of us know what's going to happen. Unless you're the person that's making the decisions on this stuff, you're not going to know what's going to happen. You can have an idea. You can make an educated guess. You know what I'm saying? You can do that, but you're not going to, there's no guarantee that you're going to be right. So that's why Leona doesn't, you know, suggest something's going to happen in a week or in a month or whatever. No, I don't do that. Other people, they got it. They can do that, but that's not what I do. Just like I don't predict price or attempt to predict price. I tell y'all probability of it, but I'm going to show you. So that way it's not just me saying something. No, I'm showing you. Say finish class, checking on your page, prices exactly, and only what it is. There, Mr. Joe, come on. That's it. You know what I'm saying? We can use data to help us to get an idea of where it has the potential to go. But again, it's no guarantee. So the Clarity Act passing, I can't say what it's going to do. All I can do is just do what I'm doing right now, which is buy while the prices are low, and just pay attention, because I just showed y'all, if Bitcoin does push through that support of 58K-ish, you know what I'm saying? If it pushes through there, then we have a potential for price to fill an imbalance from 2023, right? That's what I said. Let me go back. Hold up. 2024, my bad. From January 2024, right? Price has a potential to fill that imbalance, but that's 48,000, almost 49,000. Yeah, you got it. You got it, yeehaw. Yep. Okay. So yeah, I just, you know, that could potentially be a area, that could potentially be a bottom. But now that I'm on it, let me see. What's the percentage retracement, meaning price dropping, pulling down before it bounced back up? So let me see what that percentage would be from the all-time high in October, right? So that 48K, that would mean that price has pulled down doggone near 61%. That's a big one. That, you know what I'm saying? With all the big money players in here now, you talking about BlackRock, you talking about Vanguard, you talking about all these Grayscale, you talking about MicroStrategy. I know Michael Saylor is like punching the air right now with Bitcoin being at 63K. I know he's punching the air right now. You know what I'm saying? The founder of Strategy. Because his cost basis is, I think they said 70 or 75K. So I know he's punching the air because he's just been buying millions and billions of Bitcoin at higher prices. So I know people say, you know, dollar cost average and everything, but there has to be, and this is Leona's logic, okay? There has to be a cutoff of where you stop buying, especially in bulk, because you have studied the pattern or the history of that particular thing. Like I told y'all, for me, my cutoff was 50K. Okay? My cutoff was 50K because I'm thinking, look, the last cycle, Bitcoin dropped down to 15K before it pushed back up, right? So I, Leona, as a retail investor, I was thinking, hey, look, price could potentially come down to like 50K in the next cycle. So that's my cutoff of buying. That's Leona. Everybody don't do that, but that's Leona. I have a cutoff of when I stop buying and I just let it continue to build. but I buy as much as I can while prices are low. Mr. Joe said they buy to move it. Hey, I don't have their money yet. So I do what I do. Say I need XRP CPO right now. Oh, what sunshine? Well, first of all, happy Thursday. Weren't you one of the people that said that you wanted XRP to go down to $1.50? Were you one of them? Because I remember asking the XRP Army, XRP Nation, like, what price do y'all want XRP to come down to for you to like start buying up again? And it was a good number of the XRP Nation on my live. It was either November, December, and they was like $1.50. Y'all lower than that. So y'all should be celebrating, like, all right, let me load up. And then this next bull run, y'all better be taking some profit. I can't tell you what to do because I'm not a financial advisor. So disregard that. Okay. Run it back. Okay. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm showing you what Leona does, what I see. You say I'm working doubles. Oh, okay. I got you. All right. So let's talk about this. For my people who gave me the 1, 2, or 3 in the chat, meaning you haven't put any money in the cryptocurrency market yet, but you're curious. That means you're number 1. Number 2 is you have put some money in, but you have no clue what you're doing. Okay. Those of you that gave me the 2, that applies to you. 3 is for the people who said, I've been in the cryptocurrency market for a year or less. I have an idea what I'm doing, but I need help because I want to be better at it. Okay. The 3 is for you. Okay. Say, do not say that a lost guys hold and accumulate more right now. Absolutely. But again, we're not financial advisors. At least I don't know if somewhere out there is, but Leona is not a financial advisor. But I'm telling y'all what I'm doing. I am not selling. I will not be selling Bitcoin at all. Regardless. Okay. That is an asset that is being held for future generations. Leona is not selling Bitcoin at all. Other altcoins, yes. Bitcoin, absolutely not. All right. I am not selling that. That is specifically for future generations. All right. He said it's dirt cheap right now. That's right. It is. Okay. So bear market basis. So I just showed y'all what I'm looking at with Bitcoin. I showed y'all why. Hey, thank you. He here. What's going on? So I showed y'all what I was looking at. Okay. When it comes to Bitcoin, why I said bear market, why I said price has the potential to go to these areas, right? The 58,000, the high 58,000, almost 59K. What was it? 48,000. I showed y'all with that imbalance that I explained to everybody. All right, somewhere out there. Thank you. Said Bitcoin will not make you rich, even with fractions. There are better utility tokens. I'm not telling anybody that. What I'm telling people is, first of all, the goal is not for you as an individual to be rich. It is for you to be able to have access or own an asset, all right, that is widely distributed, that has the potential and has shown that it can bounce back. It is very resilient. As my husband says, it has staying power. Okay. And is widely adopted. Bitcoin is that particular asset. Are there other cryptocurrencies that are in that lane too? Absolutely. Okay. But the difference between them and Bitcoin is Bitcoin has a very limited supply. What happens when all 21 million Bitcoin are circulating? What do you think is going to happen to the price of Bitcoin when all 21 million Bitcoin are circulating? Anybody take a stab at it. What do you think is going to happen to the price of Bitcoin when all 21 million are circulating? Anybody have an idea? Anybody have an idea? Let's be specific. What do you think is going to happen to the price of Bitcoin when all 21 million are circulating, meaning they are all in everybody's wallets, right? Price appreciation. That means price is going to go up, ladies and gentlemen. So if right now Bitcoin is at $64,000, okay, and all 21 million are circulating, do you think it's going to go back down to 50K, 40K? Do you think it's going to be at $64,000 ever again? Do you think it's going to hit 80K ever again? The likelihood of that happening is low. The probability of that happening is low. So this is why I would never, ever, it would not come out of my mouth to tell people don't buy Bitcoin, because there's how much Ethereum available, there's how much XRP available, there's how much Solana available, all these altcoins, there's a whole lot of them available. You still have time and can buy them at lower prices. You won't have this opportunity much longer. Does that make sense to everybody? Now, I'm not trying to fearmonger or nothing like that. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just hoping to make you aware of why you're making a decision. And hopefully you see how to think, and you're catching how the people with the big money, don't listen to the people who don't have, y'all don't even have to listen to me. Go listen to interviews of these billionaires and how they evaluate assets, why they invest in certain assets, why do they put such a large percentage in certain assets. Listen to them. You don't have to listen to me because I don't have billions of dollars yet. You don't. But what I'm attempting to do every time I go live is to just at least make you aware of what's out there, so that way you now know what you can research, what you have access to, because you're not limited. You're only limited in your thinking. You're not limited on the access. We all have access to this same market that billionaires are dumping billions of dollars in every single month. So you work your 9 to 5, you have access to Bitcoin. You just started up a business, you have access to Bitcoin. You have $1 million, you have access to Bitcoin. You have billions of dollars, you have access to Bitcoin. All of us have access. So please, I'm not telling you not to listen to that person. What I'm saying is that I would rather have this asset in my possession as well as other assets, so that way when price does appreciate, meaning it goes up because all 21 million Bitcoin are circulating, guess what? I'm in that number. My asset is going up too. My portfolio was rising too. Does that make sense to everybody? Michelle, my XRP Army Nation folks, y'all can y'all put what y'all think about XRP? Because I'm not talking about XRP tonight. Tonight is all about Bitcoin, because I'm talking about bear market basics. That's where I'm at. XRP is not my focus when it comes to identifying a bear market. Bitcoin is my teacher on preparing me for what to look for to tell me it's a bear market in the crypto market. Bitcoin is my guide, not XRP. So XRP Army, y'all can answer Miss Michelle, but XRP is not my focus tonight. Okay? And y'all know I'm not an XRP person like that either anyway. Okay? All right, so let's get into these bear market basics. Okay, let's talk about it. So I showed y'all, for those of you who were on here earlier, I showed you on the weekly. Say my husband, yeah, y'all can answer. Y'all can answer Miss Michelle on your thoughts on XRP, because I want to stay focused, because I got to get home to my family. Okay, so bear market basics. All right. So remember, I showed y'all on my chart the weekly time frame. Remember, each one of those candles represented 1 week of price moving either up or down. Okay, or they couldn't decide, so it just stayed in the middle. Indecision. All right. So I showed y'all that. I also showed you and broke down to you lower highs and lower lows. For the people who just joined, lower highs just mean that, let's say, I'm going to show y'all right here. Y'all should be able to see me. So let's say this is Bitcoin at 126K, okay? because Bitcoin is my guide to help me to identify when we're in a crypto bear market. All right. So this is Bitcoin at 126K. Cool. That's the high. Got it. Price comes down. See my finger is pointing down, right? Price comes down. Okay. It creates a low. So now, dang, so this is a low right here. Okay. Then price comes back up. It stops right here. Is this lower than this? Yes or no? Is this lower than this? Yes or no? My index finger right here. Is this lower than this? Yes or no? Yeehaw, right. So that means this is now a lower high. Okay, lower high. Because it went higher than down here, but it didn't beat this one. Cool. That's what we look for. That's what Leona looks for. I want to see if we have lower highs and lower lows on the weekly time frame, meaning one candle shows us a week worth of price moving up and down. Cool. And then I want to see that there are 3 consecutive months where price closes lower than where it opened in that month. Guess what we have had? I showed y'all, for those who were here earlier, I showed y'all, I would show y'all again, but I'm charging my phone right now. So that's why it's this weird angle right now. Okay. But I showed y'all on my chart where we had 3 consecutive months of price going lower. So October was a high, but it closed lower than that 126K. November closed lower than October. December closed lower than November. January closed lower than December. So we had 4 months consecutive where price has closed lower than the previous month. So those 2 things immediately tells me, hold up, we definitely have a high probability of being in a bear market. There's one more thing I'm going to show y'all. Okay. Y'all, that's not random. That's how markets transition. I need y'all to know. So your mind, when you endure this one, and then you get in a bull market and everybody's happy because price is going up, and you're happy too because price is going up, right? Your money is multiplying now, right? When the next one comes, now you'll be able to say, okay, hold up. We had 1 month, price was selling. We had 2 in a row, price is selling. Antenna should be coming up now, right? We had 3 months, price is selling. So now your antennas is up. You look at the weekly time frame. You're like, oh, I can identify, because I learned it with Leona. I can identify lower highs and lower lows. Boom, I see that too. So I got my 3 consecutive selling months. I got my lower highs and my lower lows. Yeehaw on it. Support. I know where support is at. I know how to identify it. I'm looking to see if price is going to come down to that support and bounce up, or is it going to come down to that support and break on through and keep on going down? What is it going to do? My antennas are up though, right? On top of it, y'all, there's something else that Leona looks at. Are we experiencing consistent fear or extreme fear in the market? Well, Leona, how do I know that? Where can I find that? I'm glad you asked. I got you. Let me share my screen, and then I'm gonna pull this out for a second. So it'll give us new support if it passes. There we Yeehaw is on it. Yeehaw is on it. Come on now. You're a great student. Okay? Right? We're gonna be able to see what is it gonna do. Okay, so let's go. So let me share my screen for y'all on YouTube. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. If you are loving what you're hearing so far, look, y'all, I need you to go ahead and share. You know what I'm saying? Sharing is caring. Don't hold this to yourself. Help some people out. Just because they get it does not mean that you're going to make less money. Y'all can get money together. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so very much for sharing it. I appreciate you, Yeehaw, man. You own it. Okay. So, sorry. Let me do this. Let me show. I know I just flipped that all around. Okay. So there's a website. There's plenty you can use, but I go to coinmarketcap.com. Okay. Coinmarketcap.com. My algorithm was music, but it changed with you. Glad it did. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go, y'all. I love it. Thank you, Mr. Joe, for continuing to like the live. Thank you. We had 15K, y'all. We almost at 16. Great job, y'all. I appreciate it. Okay. So coinmarketcap.com. Okay. And it's crypto fear and greed index. This is what it looks like. I'm backing up so y'all can see the whole thing. Okay. I'm backing up so you can see the whole thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a specific section so you can see what I'm talking about. All right. So right here, it says CMC CoinMarketCap Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Do y'all see what it says underneath the number? Extreme fear. Okay. Extreme fear. That's for today. All right. Then if you want to know what it was for yesterday, you just go over a little bit. Yesterday was extreme fear. Last week was fear. So we've had fear and extreme fear for the past week. Last month was the first time I saw neutral. Prior to last month, it was constantly fear from November and December. That's what I kept seeing. Yes, sir. I sure do. Okay. And this is the stuff I've learned over time. People gave it to me. All right. I don't take credit for none of this because I was taught this stuff. All right. So last month was the first time since December that I saw neutral. All right. November, December, it was fear. January was neutral, which was surprising to me. And then this month so far, we've been at fear and extreme fear. So what that does is tell Leona, my antennas go up. We're definitely in a bear market. Okay. And then if you want to see yearly high and low, what was the high? Okay. Greed was in May of 2025. And in 2025, November was extreme fear. Remember I said November and December, I saw fear, right? Okay. So what that tells Leona, my bad. So also what is bear? Oh, thank you. So bear market means that the market is selling. Prices are going lower and lower. Okay. Bull market means that prices going up. They're going higher and higher. Okay. Good question. All right. There we go. Ugh. So everybody got it. CoinMarketCap. This is where you can go. And you can even Google Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Normally CoinMarketCap. Excuse me, CoinMarketCap is the first one to come up. Okay. So that's telling everybody there's three things Leona looks for to signal to me, to my brain, that we are in a bear market when it comes to cryptocurrency. I use Bitcoin as my gauge because I study the Bitcoin cycle. Okay. Bear selling is red, bull green, buy. Absolutely, yeehaw, you got it. Okay. That's what it is. All right. So now that y'all have that, okay, you're welcome. You're a great student. You're doing it. I love it. I love to see it. Okay. So though there are three things, I'm going to say it again for my people who have just joined. Three things that Leona looks for to signal to her that we're in a crypto bear market. One, we need to see Leona needs to see 3 consecutive selling months. Okay. Price is closing lower than the previous month. 3 consecutive. We've had that. We've actually had 4 from October, November, December, and January. So we've had 4, right? The second thing we need to see, Leona needs to see, I'm fixing it, y'all. Leona needs to see on the weekly time frame, because I use TradingView, which is what I showed y'all earlier. Okay. I want to see lower highs and lower lows, meaning price is not going higher than the previous one. The lows are lower than the previous one on the weekly time frame. I see that consecutive. Guess what? Antennas up. And then third thing that tells me bear market, signals to me bear market in the cryptocurrency market is when the crypto fear and greed index is consistently showing fear or extreme fear. Those are my three signals. Everybody got it. Those are Leona's three signals. Does everyone have it? If y'all need me to repeat it, please let me know. Lens Vasquez face. All right, cool. Yeehaw got it. I know you got it. You own it. I feel like Yeehaw's over there taking notes. I think you writing stuff down. You said repeat. Okay, I got you. So the three things that signal to Leona we're in a crypto bear market is one, there are 3 consecutive selling months. Price is closing lower than the previous month. So we've had October close low, lower than when it started, opened. November closed lower than October. December closed lower than November. And January closed lower than December. So we've had 4 consecutive selling months with Bitcoin. Okay. The second thing I look for is on the weekly time frame, my lower highs and lower lows. I want to see those happen because again, that's telling me signal price is consistently going down. It's in line with what I saw on the month, 3 consecutive months, right? So now the signal is price is going to continue to go lower, right? That's the second thing. And then the third thing, the third signal for me is the crypto fear and greed index showing consistently fear or extreme fear. Cool? So it'll guide us. Absolutely. Okay? So those are my 3 things. Leona. Now, other people may say, oh, well, this, that, they do what they do. Whatever works for them, works for them. But those 3 things to me are pretty simple. And we all can look at it. It's not a guesstimation. It's not a, well, I think. No. Again, Leona, I collect data. And I let data make my decision. I don't go off of what I think. I don't go off of what I feel. I say data says X, Y, and Z. And if I'm wrong, then guess what? Maybe it's just somebody market manipulation. The market happened. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I jumped the gun. Was I emotional? Whatever. There's so many factors. But at the end of the day, my focus is let the data tell me what to do. Not my feelings, not what I think. So weekly support and the 2 was absolutely. Right? So I showed y'all that Bitcoin had dropped down to, dang it. I already know Yeehaw got it, but I'm going back to it. So Bitcoin bounced off of 62K, right? It hit 62K, that 50%, okay? That 50% from the all-time high, that's what that is. 62K was the 50% from the all-time high, okay? So price dropped down, and it has bounced off of that and come back up a little bit, okay? But again, we still had the rest of the week to see what happens, okay? So if price closes below that 50% and it closes lower than my 58K area where I showed y'all the support from 2024, where price hit it 8 times. If Bitcoin closes lower than that, it's 58,854 on Bitstamp. Okay, that price will be a little different on other exchanges, but on Bitstamp, it's 58,854. All right. If price closes lower than that, y'all, it's bust through the support, and we could definitely possibly see Bitcoin filling that imbalance, and that's going down to 48,987 on Bitstamp. I showed y'all. I'm not making up numbers. Y'all saw it for yourself. I showed you how I came up with it. I showed you how I identified the imbalance. Okay. So bear market, y'all have y'all three things. So for my people who are new to crypto, this for Leona is what bear market structure often looks like. Okay. That doesn't mean that crypto is dead. When people say that, it's to fearmonger. It's to trick you out your spot. It's to tell you, see, that's why you shouldn't have gotten that crypto stuff. That's why I didn't get in it. They don't want you in it. Stop listening to these people who already got an abundance of money, telling you that you shouldn't get into something that they're in. The banks did this for the longest time, y'all. I used to bank with Bank of America. And I remember when I was opening up my business bank account, this was back in 2021, like the beginning of 2021. And I was opening up my bank account with Bank of America. And the manager there was helping me open up my account. And she was asking me what I do, and I was telling her everything, and we started talking about crypto. And she was like, yeah, they over here closing customers' accounts that are investing too heavily into cryptocurrency. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah. So my antennas went up because I was like, I could have sworn I heard that Bank of America was investing in decentralized finance, specifically Ethereum. So you know what I went and did? The curiosity in me, I went and I started doing my research. And I found so many articles talking about Bank of America investing in decentralized finance, specifically Ethereum. And I said, now that is interesting that you're closing customers' accounts for investing in the very thing that you're investing in, but you're telling people to not invest in it. JP Morgan did the same thing. For them, though, they were investing in the technology, not specific cryptocurrency, right? And their CEO was saying, I'll fire my people if I find out that they're trading cryptocurrency. Said competition, absolutely. Now, again, these people were doing this in 2016, 2017, 2020, 2021. They talking cash money stuff, right? Telling people not to do it. It's for thugs. It's for drug traffickers. It's for this. They dogging crypto out. But here we are, 2026. Crypto ETFs. You're allowing it in people's self-directed IRAs. I got it. You can have a change of heart. But my thing is, y'all, watch what they do and not just listen to what they say. That's the point of all that I just said. The people with the big money, watch what they do. Don't just listen to what they say. Because there's an order, right? There's a certain number of people they want to keep in poverty. There's a certain number of people they want to keep at the middle class. There's a certain number of people or percentage, a small percentage of people they want to keep at the top. So if we can manipulate through media to convince you that this thing is not for you, it's bad, it's bad, it's bad, or plummet the price so that way you who don't understand how this market moves can panic and drop out and then get tricked out of your spot. Now you got to buy at a higher price. Now you selling at a loss. No, don't listen to these people. Watch what they do while you listen to what they say. That's why I said study them. There are 4 people that I've suggested people study. Y'all ready? And then we're going to move on. 4 people that I suggest people study. They say they shake the system. Yep, that's it. Marcel said, you right. So I'm not telling people stuff that they don't know. We all know this. It's just sometimes we got to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we got to hear from somebody else. Somebody else probably told you, but you was like, yeah, they always talking like that. But then you hear from Leona, you're like, you know what? Because she just showed me on the charts. You know what I'm saying? She just showed me. She just gave me the 3 things that she looked for to tell her we're in a bear market. And then it's how you prepare for it. You know what I'm saying? So now it's starting to click, right? So there's 4 people that I suggest folks study. Okay, you don't have to like them. There are people that I don't necessarily care for. Their character and their morals do not align with me. However, they have something that I want. Okay, so because they have something I want, I'm going to keep what makes sense to me and that's in alignment with me, and I'm going to discard the things that I don't want nor need. Everybody got it? So when I say these 4 names, don't sit here and be like, but get your emotions out of it. Keep what makes sense. Discard what does not align with you and what you don't like. Got it? Good. Okay. Number 1, Warren Buffett. That's my guy. That's my guy. And guess what? He doesn't like crypto. But guess what? That's still my guy. Because of Warren Buffett, that's why I got into the stock market. I got into the stock market as an investor before I got into crypto as an investor. You know what I'm saying? You say XRP went to 112. God is good. I love it. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So number 1, Warren Buffett. He's not pro crypto, but guess what? He is the greatest investor of our time. Those of us that are alive to be able to see and learn from him, you better learn from him as much as you can before he passed away. Okay? Because y'all know he up there. Got it? There's a whole lot of stuff online, so you'll be able to get access to it. But if I was you, I wouldn't trust, because AI, folks, the way folks manipulating stuff and using people's voices and stuff, you may not know if that's Warren Buffett or not. Okay? So you might want to learn from him while he's alive. That's number 1. Number 2, this is not in any particular order. Well, Warren Buffett is my number 1, but everybody else is in no particular order, okay? Number 2, Cathie Wood. Why? Because even though, now, before somebody come for me, even though this lady has, made some questionable decisions, I like the way she thinks. It's that simple for me. I like the way this lady thinks. She's out there. Like, she sees stuff. And you're sitting here like, well, how did she come up with? For me, I'm interested in that. Like, how did you come to this conclusion? How did you see this before it was a real thing? You know what I'm saying? That's me. So I pick people like that are still alive, right? I pick people like that. Like, how did you know that this was going to be the thing to invest in? Right? You got billions of dollars. So, of course, Cathie Wood, and she's pro crypto. Okay? That's number 2. Again, the only person that's in order is Warren Buffett. That's my number 1. Okay? Number 3, again, you don't have to like the person. Take what makes sense and aligns with you, use it. Everything else, disregard. Okay? Number 3, Elon Musk. I don't personally necessarily care for the guy. Okay? However, forward thinker, he's out there. Did he take some stuff? Yeah, but forward thinker, he's out there. Okay? Take the stuff that makes sense. Keep it, apply it. Everything else, disregard. Right? Yes, I have chain link lens. Hedge funds, they got info way before we do. Come on. That's why I'm saying study these people. Because people like me, right? I don't have billions of dollars yet. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here because I want to be able to share what I know for the people who don't even know what I know. So that way you at least know that, oh, I can get into that. Oh yeah, that's how I can get into it. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I can at least point you in the right direction with what I know, so that way you know how to go about studying. I'm not telling you what to invest in. I'm not telling you what to think. I'm just opening your mind to stuff for the people who are not even investing in the things that I'm investing in. Okay? So that was number 3. Number 4, Jeff Bezos. Again, you don't have to like the person. You don't have to like the person. All right? Take what makes sense, keep it. What doesn't and doesn't feel good to you, get rid of it. Okay? I meant to say 5, y'all. 5. Larry Fink of BlackRock. Larry Fink of BlackRock. Again, dog, how did you started in the 80s? How did you get to this point? Like, how did you do this? Peacemaker, thank you so very much for the heart meet. How did you do this? My mind, I want to know, how did you get to how did you become the largest global private equity firm? How did you get to that point? What did you see to tell you to invest in these things? That's how my mind works. So Warren Buffett, Kathy Wood, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Larry Fink. Yep. Keep what makes sense, get rid of what doesn't. That's right. That's the owner. Now, I'm pretty sure there's some people that say, oh, study this part. Hey, y'all do what y'all want to do. Okay? Do what I'm just telling you, this is where my head is at. All right. Now, what I do want to get into before we move on to the fear and greed index, and go into that a bit more. Right? What I want to make sure y'all are aware of, we're all human beings, okay? We're wired to feel more pain from losses, truth be told, than joy from our gains. That's why at times for some, especially beginners, that's why when the markets are down, it feels louder than when the markets are up. Okay? So if we are aware of how the market works and we're training our brains to look for these things, and then when we see those things, this is what we do next. If we train ourselves for that, when the market does turn down and it is a bear market, we're not panicking. That's not our natural reaction anymore. We're now getting into, let me stock up. Let me start building my stash. Let me start accumulating, whichever term you want to use. For us, that's what we're doing. To say, watching you on a projector from the laptop, okay, that's what's up. I love it. All right. But our minds should go from panic, fear, right? When the markets are going down, to this is my time to buy at a discount. This is my time to save more money so I can make more money. However you need to phrase it to tell your mind, this is good. Red is good for me. When prices are low like this, it is good for me. Everybody got it? Okay? Now, right now, I do want to ask, before we had this conversation, when you saw prices going down, did it make you want to check your portfolio more or less? Type more if it made you want to check it more, or type the word less if it made you want to check it less. Which one was it? Red is good for me to buy that. There we go. Yeehaw, he got it. Which one did it make you do? Huh? Yeah, less. Okay. Yep. So you're going to learn today more. Okay. First time we see red. Yeah, more. Mark P said more. Okay. So for my people who said more, can y'all tell me why it made you want to check more? If you can. Okay. If you can't type because you're driving or you're at work or whatever, I got it. But if you can type, can you let us know why it made you want to check more? Let me know, or let us know. Lynn said less, but double down on price. Yep. Okay. Okay. You gotta learn the basics. That's a good point. That's a good point. So I'm like, you good, yeehaw. That's the whole point of these lives. It's for beginners. It's not for those who have been in it for a minute. But it's great to have the people who've been in for a minute. You know, it is. Disco Superfly said how great it would be to just be discovering crypto right now. Okay, Mark P said decided to sell memes to buy more XRP. Okay, all right. So again, you're not right or wrong for how you know why you either check more or less. All right, I'm just curious. So for those who are new to me, I was going to school for psychology, right? But I found that college is not for me. I'm more of a hands-on person, and you know, especially with me being in the finance space, I'm like, this is a better way for me to learn. So that's why I ask a lot of questions. If y'all didn't know, that's exactly why I ask a lot of questions, because I'm curious. I'm curious as to why people, you know, do what they do, why they say what they say, think how they think. That's just how I am. Lynn said, excellent sale before spring. Hey, you know, and something now, this is something too. When I was studying Bitcoin, right? Well, while studying Bitcoin, not when I was, because I constantly do it. But while studying Bitcoin, something else that I noticed was the past 2 cycles. Let me pull it up before I see it, because I don't want to mess it up. Give me a second. Because the last 2 cycles, I'm pulling up the slide so I don't forget or say the wrong thing. Let's see. Where is it at? Here we go. All right. So the last 2 cycles for Bitcoin. Here we go. Actually, I'm going to just do all of them. All right. I'm going to give it to y'all real quick. So 2011 to 2012, there was a bear market. It was 5 months. All right. Price dropped 93% at that time. 2011 to 2012. Okay. 2014 to 2015, there was a bear market. All right, for 410 days. So over a year, price was dropping. That's bear market. Price was dropping for over a year, and price dropped 86% from its previous high. Y'all following me so far? So the first one was 93%. The second one was 86%. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Right? So when we say cycles, is it a year? So it's every 4 years with Bitcoin. Okay? Because there's something called halving. I always say halving it, so don't judge me, y'all. I'm country. Okay? Sometimes I add letters, sometimes I take them out. All right. But it's halving. So I'm gonna say halving, but it's spelled HALVING. Okay, so this happens every 4 years. And for the people who are like, what year, or like, how do you know it's every 4 years? It's been in on an during an election year here in the United States. Okay. All right. So Major delivering the news to the troops. You know it's Saga City. Let's go. Happy Thursday. Welcome in. Okay. So it's every 4 years. So typically after the I'm gonna say having it, y'all. Okay, so don't judge me. I know it's being recorded. Somebody's gonna be like, that's not how you say it. I know it's not how you say it. I mess it up. So you know, it is what it is. All right. But I know how to spell it. Okay. So it's every 4 years. And typically, I'm understanding you because of the exit. That's what's up. All right. So every 4 years, typically after the halving occurs, there's a new all-time high that happens with Bitcoin. After the all-time high, that's when we have our bear market. Prices go shoo down. Okay. Then the cycle starts all over again. Halving occurs, election year. Okay. So we had 2024, 2026, 2020, 2016. Everybody got it? Y'all follow me? Okay. So once the bear market is complete, we start the cycle all over again. Prices start to go up. And then once the halving occurs, there are some months after that, somewhere between 6 to 9 months or so. You know what I'm saying? It kind of fluctuates. I have to look at the last one for 2024. I'll have to go back and look at the dates, like how many months it was. But anyway, it was between 6 to 9 months. It was an all-time high. Then boom, we in the crypto bear market. Okay. So I told y'all 2011 to 2012, price dropped 93% from its previous high. 2014 to 2015, this was a very long bear market. It was over a year, and price dropped 86% from its all-time high. That's two. The third cycle, okay, was 2018 to 2019. This was the bear market. Price dropped 84% from its previous all-time high. This one was almost a year long, okay? Almost a year long as well. 2022 to 2023, okay? It was a little over a year, okay? Barely over a year. And the price dropped 77% from its previous all-time high. Okay, so it kind of depends on the brokerage, the crypto exchange. So the numbers may be a little bit off or whatever, a little bit different, but dang, you know what I'm saying? So when I did my average, it was 70% potential for this cycle. However, because things are moving much different and we have all of these financial institutions involved in Bitcoin, we have private equity firms like BlackRock dumping billions and billions in Bitcoin. You have government officials, presidents, so on and so forth. You have all of these things. Bitcoin is more adopted today than it was in 2022, 2023. Cool? So me saying, oh yeah, it's gonna go 70%, the likelihood of that happening is not as great as it was previous cycles. Okay. Now, this is not to say it cannot happen. I said the likelihood of it is not as possible or high as previous cycles. That's it. That's all. Can it happen? Anything's possible. But the likelihood of it happening with the way things have changed is not as high as it was when I was saying, oh, yeah, it's going to go down to 30K in early 2025. I don't feel that way today. Okay. I'm not as confident, I would say, in that because I'm using the data. That's it. That's all. I'm not going off of what I feel. No, I'm using the data. And the data showing me that that's not as likely as it was prior to ETFs being involved, being on the scene. I don't know anything about a rainbow chart, Liz Vasquez. I don't know anything about that. Okay. All right. So I gave y'all that. All right. So now y'all have an idea, all right, of how price has dropped in the past. So when people say, oh, yeah, it's going to drop down to 30K, can it happen? Anything can happen. But what is the probability of it happening based off of the data you have today that you did not have yesterday? Yes, sir. I do my best. I miss some stuff, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, nobody's perfect. Okay. And I'll admit if I'm wrong on something, I'll be like, yeah, shoot, I messed that up. I have no problem with that. Okay. So with that being said, all right, I went through that part. I just want to make sure y'all got that. So here's the thing. Fear greed index. I talked to y'all about that a bit. And I showed y'all we're sitting at extreme fear today. Okay. Last week it was, dang it. See, this is why I have to write stuff down. I have to have notes to keep me in check. So last week was fear. Yesterday was extreme fear. Okay. Today is extreme fear. So we're there. Okay. What this tells us, y'all, is there are people, okay? There are people out here that are not as confident in the cryptocurrency market as they was, okay, or as they were. They go to country gig. As they were last year. Okay. So here's something that I would like for beginners to know. Okay. You said we learn regardless. Absolutely. That's what's up. What's up with 57K, Mark? You put 57K in there. What's the 57K for? So here's something I want beginners to know. Can you type that in the chat for me, Mark? What's the 57K for? Fear has a tendency to show up after price has already fallen, not before. Okay. Is that a guarantee? No, but data. Think about it. When Bitcoin was at 126K, it was not fear. We didn't see that. We didn't see fear on the coin, on the crypto fear and greed index. Absolutely not. Guess what it was? Greed. Okay. Fear crept in after October closed lower than when it opened in 2025. Okay. So October 2025. Let me look at what the open price was. This is on Bitstamp, y'all. Let me take this off. I'm going to show y'all real quick. And I'm going to show y'all on YouTube too. Let me take this off. And I'm going to be wrapping up here in a second because I got to go. Let me show y'all on YouTube. And then I'm going to show y'all on here. Okay, let's run it. All right. Yep, not before. Okay, so this is where Bitcoin was at, right? So this is where price opened in October. So if we look to the right, that says 114K. Thank you so very much for the roses. I appreciate you. Okay, it was 114, right? Okay, 114. It closed down here. See this right here? This is where it closed. So I'm going to put my line here. Hold up. Boom. It closed at 109. Y'all, is 109 lower than 114? Yes or no? Is 109 lower than 114? I'm not being funny, y'all. I just want to make sure people can understand open and close. Okay? That's correct. All right? So this is where October Bitcoin opened. Price went up, but the buyers couldn't keep control, and the sellers came in and pushed price down. They pushed it down to 103. Buyers came in again, but the sellers still had control. That's why price closed right here. Got it? Open, close. So when the candles are red, the open is at the top and the close is at the bottom. When the candles are green, the open is at the bottom and the close is at the top. Okay? Hopefully everybody got that. When the candle is red, meaning price is selling, it's dropping, it's going down. The open is at the top right here, this flat top, and the close is at the bottom, this flat bottom here. When price is buying, the open is at the bottom, this flat bottom, and the close is at the top, this flat top. Everybody got it? Good, peacemaker. All right. So October closed 109-ish. Okay. November opened in that same area, 109-ish. You see that? Open. And then it closed lower than where it closed in October, right? This is lower, huh? That's 90K. 89, 90K. Where is it? Boom. 90K. Cool. 90K. All right. So November closed lower than October. Everybody see that? December opened at that 90K mark, 90-ish, and it closed lower than November. It closed at 87-ish. Everybody see that? Cool. January opened at that 87-ish, closed lower than December. It closed at 78K-ish. Everybody got it? Now, February opened up here at that 87. Oh, my bad. Hold up. Let me put it back there. 78K-ish. And right now, Price is down here at the 64-ish. Okay, it has not closed yet. It will not close until February 28th when the market is done, when the market closes, and then March 1st is when a new candle will appear. Okay? Now that we see that, now we know that Leon ain't making it up, that we've had 4 consecutive selling months. I didn't make it up. Now y'all know what close, open and close looks like on a chart. Everybody knows now. Okay? If you didn't know before today, now you know. Cool? All right. So let's wrap this up. Okay? So what I want to do is address the fear real quick. Oh, my bad. I'm skipping my notes. Let me finish with the fear and greed index. Okay? So, like I said, fear shows up after price is already falling. I showed y'all that. Okay? This is not coincidence, y'all. This is our human behavior. This is what we do. We're human beings. That's what happens. Okay? So, when it comes to the markets, greed shows up near the top. This is when inexperienced wannabe investors or new investors, okay, inexperienced new investors may jump in because they feel like they're going to miss out. Fear of missing out. So you'll hear that term FOMO a lot here in crypto. FOMO, fear of missing out. This is when inexperienced investors feel like they're going to miss their opportunity to buy into that particular asset. So they buy at the high of it versus what we know are really great opportunities when prices are lower. Because in their mind, they're like, well, if it's down, if the price is down, that's bad. No, not for us. When prices are down, that's good for us because now we can buy what? More. We can own more. Question. When you go shopping, would you like to get your favorite brand, right? Would you like to be able to get your favorite designer at a cheaper price and it's still brand new? Or would you prefer to pay top dollar for it? Which one? Same brand is brand new, but would you prefer to get it? Would you prefer to pay more for it, brand new, or buy it when it's on sale and it's still brand new and it's your favorite designer? Which one would you prefer to do? Peacemaker said cheaper, same brand. Hello. Sale, hello. Why do we not come into the market with that same mentality when we're buying assets? Why does our brain tell us red is bad in the market, but if the price is lower for a designer brand, we look for the sale there, right? Why we don't do that here? Huh? Why does our brain tell us that's bad? You should buy when it's higher because more people are buying into it. No. Keep that same mentality when you're investing. Keep the same mentality when you're investing. You're welcome. Keep the same mentality when you're investing. So I always thought the other way around and was confused years back. I didn't join it. I know I was there. Buy low, sell high. Absolutely. That's it. Right? Fear shows up near the bottom, especially for people who are new into that type of asset. And then the confusion is in the middle because you're like, I don't know what to do. What's going on here? It was just 15K the other day. What's going on? Right? Now, when we know what we're looking for, though, we know that there's a market cycle. We know that what goes up must come down. We are aware of that now. We know that red is good for us because we can own more of that asset that we want. We know that when prices are super high, that's when we should be considering if we want to sell something to take profit because we've earned it, because we've made a really great money decision, right? That's the time for us to sell. Warren Buffett says, buy the fear, sell the greed. Buy the fear, sell the greed. Crypto market right now is in what? Extreme fear. So what did Warren Buffett teach us? We buy the fear. He said, if you do your research, especially in numerology, energy, then you can do the math. Okay, that's over my head, but I appreciate it. Numerology, nope, that's over my head. Okay. You buy the fear and you sell the greed. That's what he taught us. That's the model I have been living off of since the last bear market, because I had to remind myself, well, Warren Buffett is my mentor from afar. Shoot, I bought into doggone Berkshire Hathaway just because it was Warren Buffett. I promise y'all, I didn't buy any for any other reason than it's Warren Buffett. I promise. And I'm glad I did, because your girl is up. Okay? I didn't do any other. Listen, this man been making billions of dollars, and he ain't been wrong. Now he's wrong on crypto. However, I'm saying like in the stock market, okay? I'm like, he ain't been wrong. Shoot. You say not a bad move. I'm just saying, shoot. I'm up. That's what matters, right? But he told us. So when everybody's greedy, that is our time to take profit. That's what the wealthy people do. The people with the billions of dollars, that's the reason why Bitcoin is doing what? Selling off. It hit 126K. If they bought at the prices that I bought at, they're way up, so they don't care. They're driving the prices down so they can buy it even lower, because they want to get their cost basis down. So in my mind, it makes sense now. Before it didn't, but now it does. Okay? So, question, because y'all know I'm curious. All right? Y'all are like my y'all are pretty much like my way of learning. Okay? Y'all like my way of learning. Okay? So I have a question for everybody, if you're willing to answer. All right. When price drops like this, like it has done today, prior to what you know now, did you feel more like you want to sell? So A, you want to sell. I say this because y'all are going to type A, B, or C. So A, you wanted to sell. B, you want to learn more. Or C, I don't really know what to feel. Or I honestly didn't know what to feel because I was confused. Which one? When price drops like how it has today, prior to what you know today, what's going on, Unstoppable? Happy Thursday. What's up? What's up? It's been a minute, right? Which one were you prior to today, prior to getting on this live? A, you want to sell. B, you want to know more, learn more. C, you're like, I didn't even know what to feel. I was just confused. Which one? Peacemaker said B, okay. He said my 10K is almost here. Well, let's go then, Unstoppable. Yeehaw said, if I had some, I'd say, hey, honest truth, right? Mark B said, excited to build a bag. All right, yep, all right. Yeehaw, but yeah, I buy when it goes way lower. Okay, all right. So now, prior to today, if you didn't understand the market cycles when it comes to cryptocurrency, specifically talking about Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the reason why all these other cryptocurrencies are here. That's the reason why Leona studies Bitcoin, because the other ones wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Bitcoin. The other ones wouldn't be moving or getting adopted today if it wasn't for Bitcoin. So why would I study the other ones in the manner that I study Bitcoin so I understand market cycles? Why would I study those when Bitcoin is the reason for all of this? Okay, so moving forward now, today, February 5th, everyone here watching live or the replay now knows what Leona looks for to say, hey, bear market's here when it comes to cryptocurrency. And also now, everyone watching live or the replay now knows what Leona does when there is a bear market. I buy. Not just buy at any price, though. I showed y'all. I look for specific things. Yeehaw already knows. Strong support. Why do I look for strong support? Meaning, for the people who just joined, strong support means price comes down, bounce back up. Price comes down, bounce back up. Strong support means it's done that, come down, bounce up, come down, bounce up, more than 2 times. The more times it does that, come down, bounce up, come down, bounce up, in that same area, the more times it does that, the stronger the support. So if price goes through that finally after hitting that same area 5, 6, 7, 8 times like I showed y'all for that one on Bitcoin now, okay? If price goes lower than that, I have another area to pay attention to where I can say, ooh, I could buy some more Bitcoin. And it's at a lower price. That's going to do what? Keep my cost basis down because I'm buying at a much lower price. Said previous map would show us support to see the following predictions. Right. We're not guaranteeing anything. We're going based off of data, and that increases or decreases probability of price going up, price going down. That's it. You know, and then you already mentioned the years back of when it had, yep, exactly. Okay. So with that being said, what I want to do is just reassure y'all, okay? Especially for my people who are new to the crypto space. If you're feeling nervous, you know, that doesn't mean that you've done anything wrong. It doesn't mean that you're late. It doesn't mean that you need to hurry up and buy, okay? What I want you all to do is study now. Now you have the tools, like Yeehaw has said. Now you have the tools. Use the tools to study. Take your time to learn. You have time. You don't have to rush. Now, I would say don't take forever, but you have time. And then if you have access to a licensed financial advisor or CPA or whatever, I would say bring to them what you have with your plan in mind and ask them to guide you. Now, I will say this. There are not a lot of financial advisors and CPAs that are very heavy into crypto. That's why I'm working to become a financial advisor, because we need more financial advisors in the crypto space. Not, I got my toe in it, but I don't really know it like that. No. We need more financial advisors that are immersed in this market so that way they can better guide their clients and properly diversify their portfolios so they're not missing out. All right. So be mindful of what financial advisor you go to that's licensed, what licensed CPA you go to. Be mindful, ask them certain questions to see what their crypto knowledge looks like. And if they are not knowledgeable of crypto, if they're like, oh yeah, I don't really do that like that, you know, I know a little somewhat. Not saying don't work with them, but I would say, you know, consider doing a bit more, you know what I'm saying? Like just testing out some other people. Okay. And seeing and finding that one that works for you. All right. Now, I also want to just help y'all with, you know, being calm during this crypto bear market. All right. You know, every single long-term Bitcoin holder you've ever heard of has lived through moments like this. As a matter of fact, for my people, said most of them aren't versed in crypto. Absolutely. Because my last financial advisor, she knew like a little bit of stuff, but she wasn't a crypto person. Like she couldn't help me. If I had questions about crypto, she was not the person to help me on how to properly put it into my portfolio. She wasn't the person. And she admitted that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I'm going to pretend. No. She was like, no, that's not my lane. Even with your tax preparers too, y'all. Whoever's doing your taxes, if you have a tax strategist and stuff, please make sure they understand crypto. Same thing. Okay? Same thing. All right. So the reason why I brought up that, long-term Bitcoin holders like myself, hollers, right? Like myself. All right. We've been through it. So give me a 1 in the chat if you have been in the crypto space since at least 2021, because that's right before the bear market hit, the year before the bear market hit. Give me a 1 in the chat if you have been in the crypto space at least since 2021. Give me the number 1 in the chat real quick. Backsteel, Peacemaker, Mark. Okay. So y'all have been here. So see, y'all know you've at least experienced it. So now this time you're prepared. Like, you went through it already. And that was a harsh one. Boy, that was a hard one. Okay. Especially for those of us that weren't in the beginning, that 20, yeehaw, put 0. I know, yeehaw, that's okay. That's why you're here today. So that way you don't panic, okay? All right. But yeah, thank you so very much for the roses, Peacemaker. I appreciate it. But yeah, so now, right? Yeah, I have Ethereum. You're going to learn today. I do. I used to be an Ethereum girl, but then I was like, God dang, them fees. Until I understood the fees, I was like, oh, Ethereum. I was Ethereum more than XRP, right? But boy, once I started learning about them fees, I was like, God dang. Shoot. I don't know. Is it worth it? But yeah. So anyway, so what I really want us to do is be more prepared. Okay? What I want us to do is be more prepared. So we're not panicking, we're not frantic, we're not frustrated, we're not confused, we're aware. Okay? Bear markets are where we build up our money. We make more money. The interest that you look for when you put your money in a bank account, a high yield savings account, when you put your money into the stock market, when you want them dividends, all of that, this is when we get it. Bull markets are where our confidence shows up because we made the right decision. We did it. We did that thing. You know what I'm saying? It said don't skyrocket like Bitcoin. That's why I'm so confused. Ethereum is it's in its own world. Okay? Ethereum is in its own world. It used to be a point where Ethereum moved kind of similar to Bitcoin. And this is back in like 2020, 2021. It was pretty similar. And that's why I used to trade it. And then it just switched up on me. And I was like, whoa, what do you have going on? You're not moving like Bitcoin anymore. So I got to stop. So that's why I stopped. I even stopped trading it because I was like, I don't understand what you got going on. So I just stuck to trading Bitcoin after that. And that was like 2020, the end of 2022, 2023, like during that bear market. Ethereum was just weird. And I was like, I got Bitcoin. I understand it. It makes sense. Ethereum just was like, for me. Other people probably got it down. But for Leona, I was like, I don't know what you got going on, but I'm out as a trader. I still hold it though as an investor. Okay. So yeah. Pretty much for us right now, this phase, when we're in the bear market, when the markets are selling off, okay, this is the perfect time for us to learn. This is not the time to rush to buy because we have time. Typically, I just told y'all, Bitcoin cycles, okay? The bear markets have the last one, 2022 to 2023, was 376 days. So it was a little over a year. Now, will it last that long this time around because conditions are different? I'm not 100% certain on that. However, we're only 4 months into the bear market. So even if it's half of that time, that means you still have a month or two, okay, to take your time and study and then make a decision on how you want to move forward, whether that's get into this market or not. Okay? So there's no need to feel like you got to rush. Take your time, study, then make a decision. Because like I said, tonight is not about giving you advice. It's about raising your awareness, period. Okay? So that's it. That's all. I do want to let y'all know this whole conversation is exactly why I built the Crypto Starter Kit. It's not to tell anyone specifically what to buy. It's to explain things like this. Okay? It's to help you to understand some of those emotional traps, right? It's to help you to understand the difference between a bull market and a bear market. It's to help you to identify what to look for, because even that bear market breakdown that I gave y'all, that's part of the Crypto Starter Kit, right? It's to help you to understand what really matters long term. This market is not for people, none of the markets, but this market is not for people who are looking for quick cash. It's not. Crypto Starter Kit is what I wanted to hear, how much to learn and then put into right. And y'all, guess what? The Crypto Starter Kit is free. Click the link in my bio or on YouTube. It's in the description of this video. It's free. Yeah, it's free. What's going on, Mr. Charles? Welcome. Happy Thursday. It's free. And the reason why it's free, because you need to at least be able to know what to look for, right? Before you put money into the market, you need to know what to look for. Do you even know what crypto exchanges are available, right? Do you know the difference between a hot and a cold wallet? What is the point of a hot or a cold wallet? Do you even know that? All that stuff is in the Crypto Starter Kit. See, Yeehaw said no. There you go. Right? That's why I do these crypto 101s. Because could I charge people for that? I could. But me as a beginner, there were a lot of things that I had to learn outside of what I paid for. And it was because of experience. It wasn't that the person that was teaching me didn't teach me properly. No, he set me up for success, right? But I still had to go learn stuff. You know what I'm saying? I had to experience it in the market. So I paid for the stuff that I'm giving y'all for free. I paid for it either with money and also with time, with heartache, with panic, with frustration, with confusion. I paid for it. And I'm giving it to y'all for free because I want you to have what I did not have at a lower cost, because not everybody have money right now. There are a lot of people that are really struggling. You say, I'm sorry, and also thank you so much. It's okay. All right, that's why you're here. So if you're like Yeehaw and you're brand new to this market, you're curious, you haven't put a dime in it yet, or you put some money in it, but you don't know what you're doing, you feel like super overwhelmed, like you're like, it's too much information, I don't know where to get it from. Like, I need something. I need some type of resource or a tool or something to just guide me. The Crypto Starter Kit is a great way to start. I'm not the only person that teaches people about crypto. I'm not. There are a lot of great people out there. I follow a gentleman called Blockchain Backer on YouTube, and I love the way he teaches. However, he's not for beginners. I'm straight up. He uses a lot of terms. I know for me, y'all, I'm country, so sometimes I'll be like, dog, I gotta look this up. What does this mean? God dang it, Blockchain Backer. What that mean? Okay, but that's why I teach the way that I teach, because I know I wish that more people spoke to a beginner versus speaking to the people who already know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm here. All right, so that's it. Okay, what I want y'all to look at moving forward, instead of asking, because somebody asked, where's the bottom at? Okay. Some of the better questions to ask, because I told y'all I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not God. I can't tell you the bottom. Okay. So what I would say, Miss L, after completing the things you offer, is it different with you one-on-one? Yes, it is. It's not necessarily different. it's being more personalized for you, because the crypto starter kit is just general information. It's for beginners. Like, this is how you get started. It has different exchanges, right, that you can research. And then it even have the steps to tell you, you know, like how to open up an account with. I have 2 of them on there. I have Coinbase and Uphold, right? If you live in the state of New York, you can't use Uphold. All right. But you also know how to find the different crypto exchanges. Okay. So if you want to work with me, like outside of the free stuff, then it's more personalized for you based off of what you want to do. All right. Vasquez asks, what's better, Nvidia, Tesla shares, or one whole Bitcoin? Oh, man, I'm gonna say Bitcoin. What you mean? Now, I hold Nvidia as well, so I'm not gonna say Tesla at all. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Because again, y'all go look at the top global assets according to market cap. Nvidia is in the top 5. Tesla is not. Now, Bitcoin has dropped from number 8 to 12, but that's because we're in a crypto bear market. But once we get out of this crypto bear market, Bitcoin is going to go back to either 8 or surpass and go up to 7 or 6. And then think about it. Bitcoin has only been here since 2009. And it was in the top 10 for some years. You know what I'm saying? For at least 2 years, I want to say. That's when I first saw it, in the top 10. Okay? So I'm just saying, that's why for me, Bitcoin is going to be number 1, period, because there's a limited supply. All right? There's not a limited supply of Nvidia. There's a limited supply of Bitcoin. All right? But Nvidia is definitely in my portfolio. IRA and all. Okay? He said he had Nvidia since 2021. Awesome. Good for you, Black Steel. That's what's up. Okay? Yeehaw said Tesla 2027 is what Elon said. He's doing big things. I hope he do. Good for him. You know? Good for him. I'm not here to tell somebody not to invest in something. You know what I'm saying? I just want to raise people's awareness and then help you to be better prepared for these bear markets, so that way you're not freaking out and getting tricked out of your spot, because that's what they want. You know what I'm saying? Say, yep, I have a cousin been in Bitcoin since 2016. He's doing well. Wish I had listened. Well, you know what? You're here now, Peacemaker. You know what I'm saying? This is when we are in these bear markets. This is the time where the people that have the big money in assets, this is the time when they are created. Think about it. If you would have bought silver, is a perfect example. Y'all saw that run that silver was on, right? If you would have been buying silver like myself and others, right, before silver hit $20 per ounce, and you have how many ounces? You know what I'm saying? You have so many ounces. If you were buying, you would be like, I'm good. You probably sold some of your silver at massive profit, right? Because silver went up to over $120 per ounce. You see what I'm saying? My gosh, my local game shop was selling for $7. See what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, it's not that you're late, okay? This is the time that you were supposed to get started. That's it. That's how I look at it. I've had to tell that to myself. This is a time when you were supposed to get started, because you're what? You're more disciplined. You're more eager to learn. So that means because you're more eager to learn, you're more likely to execute, and not just execute any old kind of way. You're more likely to properly execute and consistently execute because your mind is ready. You didn't do it in 2016 or 2017 because you weren't ready. You probably would have made the mistake that a lot of other people did because they didn't understand it. They sat here and sold their Bitcoin for some nonsense, And now they sitting there kicking themselves today like, dang, I should have held on to that Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Okay? You're welcome. So let's just look at it that way. You're here now because you're supposed to be. Yes, I saw that. I forgot who it was. For a pizza, they lost a bet and they gave away all their Bitcoin. That was another one I read. This is a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't know what they had. So you may have been that person. You know? So you're here now. You're supposed to be here. Let's get it going. Okay. So that's it. That's all I have because I am way over my time, y'all. I was supposed to be gone like a long time ago, but I wanted to make sure that I talk to y'all and make sure y'all are good. You're very welcome. Black Steel said got XRP on monthly auto purchase over a year now. That is awesome. Good job, Yeehaw. Yep. Go ahead, click on it, download it, and then get started. Step by step. No need to rush. Take your time, study, and then apply. Study and apply. And if you have a question, you can always hit me up. Okay? If you have a question about that crypto starter kit, you can always hit me up. Now, anything outside of that, if you're trying to get some personalized guidance and all this stuff, that's not free. Okay? So I'm following you, but definitely be reaching out. That's what's up. All right. I appreciate it. So look, that's it, y'all. I have to go. One more time for my people who are curious about crypto, new to cryptocurrency, y'all. I have a free crypto starter kit. It's in the link in my bio. It is one of those things that's going to help you to work through getting into this market at your own pace. All right. There's a lot of information in there. There's hyperlinks, so you can click on it. So when I was bringing up like the difference between hot and cold wallets and what's the purpose of them and all this stuff, instead of you buying something and you are buying it from the wrong place, the hyperlink sends you directly to it. Okay, directly to it. So that way it's saving you heartache and possibly losing your cryptocurrency because you don't bought a cold wallet from Best Buy or some nonsense. All right. Peacemaker said, I love this space. We need it. I'm glad to be here. Grateful to God for it. All right. So that's it, y'all. I hope y'all have a great night, great week. I will be back on Tuesday. We're going to do a part 2 to this, but it's going to be more. We're going to do a part 2 to this. I'll just say that. We'll do a part 2 to this on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central. For my people who have been tuning in for the when I do Money Mondays, when I go over the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, we only have 2 more chapters of that I want to say. So I'll be back tomorrow for that because we're applying the principles from The Richest Man in Babylon to modern day investing. Okay. So I'll be doing that tomorrow for those who tune into that at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, right here on TikTok. Okay. Not on YouTube, just on TikTok. And I'll be on Facebook as well. All right. So that's it. I'm going to leave y'all my favorite quote, and that's from the legend. His name is Arthur Ashe, and he said to start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can.